Welcome everyone back to the sixth part of web development with Django and Python tutorial series. In this tutorial I will spend time on our website front-end styling. Thankfully, same as for all website frameworks, CSS Framework make it easy for us. CSS Framework I currently use on my own website is a Bootstrap. So I will continue to use that again here. So I will show you how to quickly stylish your website and not to spend your time in debugging and designing and so on. I'll give you everything for free on my GitHub page. So for this, please like, share, subscribe and share my video, and I hope this will help me in the future a lot. So let's move on. In previous tutorial, I showed you how we can create topics and articles for different topics. So I created a few more. Before I created I assembled a Bengal cat. So I created 2 for dogs and 1 additional for cats, a Sphinx cat. And if we open, you can see I copied here a text simply from Wikipedia, and here in notes I add the link to where I copied it. So everything of this is in a SQLite database, so you can download it together with my other files. So let's move on with a simple code. So let's go back to my code. I already had partly prepared it. I copied all the blocks we need for it and so on. So I copied mostly the HTML parts and CSS, and I checked that it should work already, so I won't spend hours here writing it on. In my project path Django main here, I create 2 directories from the previous tutorial is static and templates. The static directory will hold all the images, CSS and JS files. I can open it. I already have some CSS and JS files, and here is an images. I have also a simple image here and some custom JS. And so on. We'll speak about this later. The templates directory is more straightforward and it will store only HTML files, as you can understand. For now, all you need to know about CSS is that it adds certain stylistic elements to a particular HTML object in the context of CSS framework. JavaScript is for the same purpose, mainly to add a bit more flair and interactivity. JavaScript is involved whenever a web page changes dynamically without changing the URL. So on my website, header.html is where I hold all these CSS and JS links. So I make the following code, which you can see right now, file with my main application folder. I would recommend to do this the same way. So let's walk through it quickly and understand each line what it means here. So here I begin with a load static. We are loading the static directory of our website. This path is set in the settings.py file. If you open it, you should find that. This is the kind of standard things here. And next is this icon. I load the images fab icon as my page icon. With this line, simply termed, I'm feeding the icon that we want to our website to display in the location bar when someone visits our page. So I added one small little doggy because, of course, our website is about animal types, dogs, cats, and so on. Where's my images here? And here is file icon. As you can see, that's a sweet doggy that I'm adding to the navigation bar that should be displayed in our website. We'll see about that. Then we import the Bootstrap stuff and Bootstrap CSS link from the remote directory. This will allow us to use the Bootstrap on our website. Always try to use the newest version. It will have the latest bug fixes and improvements. Then I reference the font. I have some free package, which is here, and this is a Python package that I also add to the requirements txt file. Then I need to do this right now. I go to requirements, I add it here, and that's quick. And before using, we must install it. So I go to my new terminal and I write pip install and I should copy it and it should work like that. Yeah, it's downloading. That's everything is cool. We have to register this to the settings by to our installer apps. This way we'll use these awesome free icons that I can show you if I open my website. There's a font, I have some free, and there's many icons that are for free, and of course there's a paid version that you also might use if you want, but that's the quickest way where we can find the free icons for us. So as I said, we need to register this to our settings. So I go to my settings.py and I move here down, and I simply register it like that, along with the main users and tiny MCE. So next, I'm registering 2 lines of the CSS and JS for this font awesome. For the following link, there is a static main CSS. I request a link where we'll store all our custom CSS for our website. I will not cover it here because there are too many lines, but you definitely can grab this file from my GitHub repository. For now, I can open this for you to take a look at this. There's a lot of custom lines that I created while I was developing my own website. So let's move back. And finally, I added the remote JavaScript jQuery script, and which will allow us to write custom JS code with jQuery. Well, we'll talk about this in future tutorials because, of course, in some parts of my website we'll need this custom JavaScript. I'm not a JavaScript writer, but everyone should know at least basics of how to write it with Google Help. That's all for our header. And next we work with our body place, where we might come back in the future. Here we would probably like to add a navigation bar, maybe some sort of footer. The issue is that we'd like to have this on every page, not just the home page. However, we may have thousands of articles, each with its own page. Imagine you add this to every page you create. Homepage, contact page, article page, about page, and etc. What if you change something in the navigation bar? So instead, we can use extensions and inclusions that come with Django. This works by creating a landing page, and then pages that might change a particular part of the landing page, such as body, content, or etc., will extend that landing page in simple words. So as you can see, there is a block content and end block, and in between here I can write that here will be our home page. Again, mistakes. And what else I can, well, this might be anything. It can be articles, profiles, and etc. It doesn't matter. But for now, I don't need this. We'll see later why. Okay, I'll add this to the comment stuff for now. Next, there are links to JavaScript files here, and this is a Prism, Bootstrap, Custom, JS, and so on. I have the Prism files locally, so you could understand how to use a script with a remote path and have them locally. So there is a Prism JS and Prism CSS. I simply added them here, and there are tiny differences how we add them, but that's pretty simple. So that's it for our header HTML file. Now I'm creating a homepage for our website. So I make a home HTML template. In templates here, exactly, and in main I created already a home HTML, and if I open it, we can check this out. Here we are extending our main header HTML that we created before. I'm not going to explain the HTML template. Still, the idea is that we'll feed our object from database to this template. So here are the list of objects, and for each object, as we are displaying image, with title and subtitle, and we can add many more stuff. It's up to us what we want. And of course there is no image, so I'm leaving a blank link here just for now, but later we'll come back to this and I'll show you how to deal with images. Now, to handle this home HTML, we need to create a functionality for it. So I go to my main and views. I go to my, okay, I'll minimize all of this, and I go to my main, and here's the views, and here I right now need to create a new. So still, the idea is that we'll feed our objects from database to this template. So it will iterate and display the images, the title and subtitle of our object. So to do that, we need to create this functionality in our main views part. So here we already have the home page with a request from our previous tutorial. So, but before that, I need to import some models from .models, import article and article CS models we created. So here right now, instead of returning this simple text, I need to write a matching. I'll create a matching series that will be equal to article CS objects all. This means we'll return all the objects from our article CS model, which is on database. And with that, we're simply gonna return not a HTTP request, but right now we'll return a render. And in a render, there will be a request that will be equal to request. Next item will be template name that will be equal to main and home.html. Next will be line context that will be equal to objects, because we are iterating objects on our template, and this will be matching series. That's like that, and that's it. And I'll move this a little to the side here. And I'm template name. Why it gives me an error here? Template name is not defined. There's two equals, right? Okay, so I think that's it. It should work. So I'll save. I'll move back to my. I'll restart my server to make sure everything runs. And right now, if I go back to my browser and open the home page, I hope we won't see any errors. Yeah, that's cool. We are not seeing any errors. So, but I see an error. The problem here that we have a navigation bar here. That's a problem because I haven't covered it yet, but I simply copied all the files from my original website. So for now, I'll go back to my header. I need to remove it. It's not here, but I believe it might be in our home. Oh, so here it is where I include my navigation bar. For now, I'll remove it. Oh, I have two headers. That's not fine. I need to remove this. I don't know why I had two of these. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's no worries. It was not used. We were covering this one. And if I can some text, I can add anything here as before I said. And if I go back here, we still don't see our headers, but I don't know, we can see some text here. But block context, end of it, and here it appeared. You can see here comes the block content from other blocks, and after it I can add anything I want. So right now I don't need this text, and I simply remove this. So going back, as you can see, it's damn cool, it worked, and so on. And this is nice. As you can see at the top of our page location bar, we can see a doggy icon. It's really small, it might be really hard for you to see, but it doesn't zoom. We can see the doggy, and on the home page there is our database record of dogs and cats. These links don't work yet, but let's make them link us to another page. For now, I'll make a quick change, and I'll link the CSS to same homepage, but in the future we'll need to create another HTML template for our CSS, and we'll do this. But for now, let's go back to my code and go to my views, and here right now there's a homepage, and at the same moment I need to create a CSS. So I'm creating here define a CSS, and it will be very similar. I even can copy this whole stuff we have here, and it will also have a request, and instead of returning all objects for matching series, I'll add an article objects, and here I'll add a filter, and now we want to filter these articles by series and slug, and it should be equal to series. And here is the CSS, but actually it will be a link, not a CSS object, and I could write that it's a string here. It will be way easier to understand that's actually our slug. Okay, as you can see now, on the homepage I was doing a query for all article CSS objects. Now I filter by the given CSS. In my example, here CSS will be a dogs or cats, because I haven't created more of them. Make them work, we need to register this new CSS in our URLs file. So I go back to my URLs, and here we don't have anything except the homepage. So right now I'm creating a new link. I need to add a comma here, and it will be a path to our CSS, and it will be also CSS, and here instead of homepage it also will be a CSS. Main views, what you mean we don't have a CSS? Let's go back. Here is our CSS. Oh, that's fine now. It works. Right now, if I go back to my website and I refresh it, and if I'll try to click on one of my links, for example, I don't know, cats. As you can see, it moved me to cats. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this easy? Hell yes. And if we would go to our admin pattern, we can add more of these CSS and articles, and all of them will be displayed here. If I go back, I click on dogs, and I go to Akita and Husky dogs. That's cool. And now, the same way as the homepage in CSS, we want to see the content of our articles by navigating through our codes. It was not that hard when we had prepared our website correctly from the beginning. We need to create an article HTML here, template along with our home and the header template, but I already created this, and I can show this to you. So this is my article HTML file, and in my article, we know that our articles hold the title, subtitle, content, and we have also notes, but we are not showing in here. That's what I want to display here. You can see that I use the object's content save, and what this means that we want to display rendered HTML code instead of plain text. Next, the same as we registered our CSS, we want to do the same for our article. So that's then not that hard, but you need to remember some things, and you need to play around with it to keep it with the structure, how it works. So if I go back to my URLs, here I need to right now register a new path, and it will be CSS, and after that it will be article, and Now I'll use the article model from views, and the name will be article. But right now we don't have this. As you can see, that Django is right. We go back to my views and I need to create it. Unlike the CS, will be linked to our page only if we give our article a specific slug. And we know that our article model holds only slug for himself. So here comes another change in our article object or model. We create a specific property to give us the final slug with the CS slug. So before creating here another view, I need to go to my models, and there's an article model, and here I have a property. I already created this because I knew we'll come to this moment, and there's an article slug. So here right now I need not simply an article slug, but also the self.cs.slug, and we need to join them together. That's not the best way to do that, but okay, I'm joining this slugs simply with following change in code. So what left is our article view. See here? So the same as before, we are copying this stuff and we go down, and I'll call it article. And right now it will be not only a CS but also the article. So I'll comment this article and I add a string. That's a string, we need to know that. And this is right now will be not a matching CS but will be matching article, and article object filter CS slug will be CS, and we need to add additional filter that article slug will be equal to article to our string. And we are grabbing the first. We know that there will be only one record for a specific slug because our slug is unique. So right now we're grabbing not the all stuff, but only one thing. And if we'll try to type something with a wrong slug, simply it will not work for us. Sorry. So right now it will link for us to our article HTML. So here I also create template to article HTML, and here will be a matching article and only single article. That's it. And I think it's not giving us any errors. I must mention, and you should note this, that we are right now filtering articles by given CS and article slug here. And yeah, that's the note. And we now go back to our website. Of course, we refresh it, everything is fine, it works. And if I press on some, for example, Akita, okay, it doesn't work for some reason, I don't know why. And I go back and I see this is a multiple objects. Right now we are returning only one object, and that's my mistake. And sometimes it's impossible to notice this. And if I refresh, as you can see, that's cool. There's a rendered HTML specifically the same way as I was copying this from my Wikipedia page. And if we would compare it, it copied the links, everything we need from it. And I haven't modified anything. I simply added a subtitle, title, and simply text, and that's it. And this is amazing. I'm really surprised how easy it is, and you also should be surprised how it works. So now, last thing, I'll come back to the navigation bar as you saw before. Right now, the last thing to do now is come back to CSS. And we don't want to go back here as soon as possible. Of course, sometimes we need to do that because we find the bugs and so on. We need to fix these things and etc. We want to have some navigation bar where we would add login, sign up, profile, about, and etc. page links. We didn't come here to read or listen how to write HTML and CSS code. So I give you the code for navigation bar, as you already saw accidentally with my mistake. And if I open include, there's a navigation bar, and that's simply a plain HTML that I'm not explaining here what it is, but you might notice that I placed this template in another folder called includes that lies in the same main application templates. That's the structure I decided to keep on my website. Now we have the template and we want to see it on all the pages on our website. Here comes the Django includes functionality. Let's go to our header HTML template and add a new line after our body element, which I already deleted to do this everything correctly and not jump ahead. So I go here to my body, and just after my body I create these curved brackets, and here I type include, and this will be simply a main includes that's includes templates. So no, not templates, but main includes navbar.html. That's easy. No? Yeah. This way our navigation bar will appear on all the pages. So let's go save it and let's go and check this out. Let's refresh our page and boom, it works. That's damn easy and simple. How cool is this? Also added a font Avison free. As you saw on the beginning of this tutorial, I installed it and included into the settings file. So this package adds icons next to login and sign up to make our navigation bar just a little more beautiful. And if I think it does work, homepage works, about others are simply the same stuff without any links. And if I press on cats, Sphinx cat, and so on, I go back, Bengal cat, I can view anything I want. That's amazing, isn't it? And I think it's time to stop here because we covered most of the CSS and JS stuff here. There was a lot to cover, and while this site still doesn't look great, it's better than the one we had before. We could continue to create its style, but I know that's not why you all are here. So maybe later in this series, but let's go back to our Django stuff from now. And now you know the basics. You can change the styling, colors, and etc. to your needs and whatever you want. And now we have these login and sign up buttons here on the right corner, top corner. We are eager to benefit from them. We'll do this in our next tutorial. So that's it for now. I hope this tutorial was useful for you. You like to watch it, listen to me, and I hope you'll smash this like button. That would really increase my views. And of course, you don't hesitate to share this video with your friends, community, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed this video and my tutorial. And of course, see you next time in another part. Bye.